Yo, what is good, everybody? Happy Friday to you. It is a Feedback Friday, everybody's favorite kind of Friday. Hope you're all doing well. Missed you guys last week. We are back in action today. Oops. There we go. So how are things? What have you guys been up to? What you been working on? You guys bring good stuff to listen to? I'm ready. I'm ready to listen. I don't really have much to disclose in the way of how I made this morning's pre-stream music, the intro music, because these are actually just released tracks. So I did not have a chance to make fresh music this morning. Sven is here. You were first. How you doing, homie? Caballo. What's good, man? How you doing? Happy Friday to you. Hope y'all are well. When last we met, I believe I put up a new sound pack for subscribers. So if you are currently subbed to the Twitch live stream, go grab your free sound pack. Corollas. Unsubscribing, flipping tables, super upset. No fresh music this morning. Completely unacceptable. How you doing, homie? We're just not up to par, man. Not meeting the standards. DJ Sasquatch, how you doing, homie? Man, I've been busy. You guys been busy? Like a busy summer. Let's see here. Sound pack, free sound pack. Go grab sounds. I don't think I have any other announcements this morning. Updates, news, anything like that. I think we should probably just jump right in, right? Yeah. Oh, now is that Biggie or... Oh, wait, no. Hold on a second. Big Dial. Welcome in, homie. Sorry if I'm butchering the name. It's 23 Celsius in the UK and everyone is dying, says Corollas. It is 63 degrees Fahrenheit here. It's like not even room temperature yet. Man, the weather's been weird. It's just been freaking weird. Andy! How you doing, homie? Welcome into you. Happy Friday. Hope you are well. Hope you made something great this week as well. Let's click over to the Discord. See what you guys are up to. Apologies to everyone that I'm late on replying to. Have been offline a whole bunch. But I will follow up with all of you as swiftly as I can. Ooh. Oh man, yeah, the heat dome thing is just starting up all over again. It's just... Man, these are vicious cycles we are in. Andy's saying, man, it's weird that Denmark is 3 degrees hotter than the UK. Yeah, it's just been weird all over the place, right? Like, we've been having these huge, like, 40-degree swings, like, from one day to the next and stuff. It's just weird. It's weird. Oof. Oh, Corollas, that's super hot. Like, for an extended period of time, and especially if you're in a place that's really not built for it, like doesn't get it regularly, it's so hard to survive. It's just so hard. And thank you for the translation, by the way. I've even lived in countries that are not the United States, and I still have a hard time doing the quick translation to Celsius. Bread price went up like 400%. Dude, seriously, we were just... all the wheat died. Yeah, it just... Like how... Yeah, it's nuts. Everything exists in such a fine little range of temperature. Yeah. Volatile. Andy says, I'm used to temperate climate, so it varies quite a lot from day to day, but now we've got like a month of almost 30 degrees Celsius, which is pretty unheard of. That was usually tops 1 week of the year. Yeah. Yeah, the heat dome doesn't sound so bad anymore, right? Yeah, same with the atmospheric rivers that we've been getting that have been like ramping up and getting worse. And I feel the same way. Like this statement of like, oh, the heat dome doesn't sound so bad. Like I'm looking at the news with Texas and they're flooding for the second year in a row right now. And I'm like, yeah, well, maybe our atmospheric rivers here that are nonstop aren't quite as bad. Like we're all getting something right now. Man. All right, well, as much as we all love gathering and talking about the weather, how about we talk some music too? Shall we? Shall we dive in and see what y'all made this week? I've got a couple sitting here. One from Gerbor and one from Caballo. I think these guys should probably be heard. I didn't do the live stream last week, so that's why these are sitting here. So let's kick off with them. Quirky? There's a Quirky sighting in the first few minutes of the stream. How you doing, homie? Haven't seen you in a minute. Oh, man. Working in commercial insurance and track severe convective storms, and they're insane right now. Right? Yeah. Yeah, let's turn off the ambient stuff and hear something good, right? All right, cool. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let me grab a pad of paper here, and boom. We'll say this is Terry over here. Got this, and away we go. This is Gerbor saying, is this it?
We don't belong together. You deserve so much better. This won't last forever. Time to let go. I will let you down. Like what you see, yeah, I'll set you free.
What a wild ending. That was so great. Like super aquatic, highly resonant stuff. That was great. Really fantastic, dude. Super colorful stuff. I think the bass and vocal balance is a little bit tipped in favor of the bass. I feel like if you back off the bass just a little bit and ride the vocal just a little bit more to keep it up on top of the mix fully throughout, I think that would be nice. Scratches down slightly. They feel like they're kind of competing for a lead position. I don't think they really need it. They're a super impressive sound effect on their own. A little less loudness through limiting in general. It felt like we were compressed a bit, right? Some of these sounds were in such close proximity to each other that they felt like there just wasn't much space between them, is really what it is. And the ARPs at 158 are so weird and wonky and awesome. They're a great use of the stereo space. They're a really nice counterbalance to all of the bright. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. I love the moment at 227, this kind of understated maneuver there. Really good decision making, dude. This is definitely one of the best ones you've brought by in a bit, for sure. I love it. There's really good energy happening at 233. I feel like at 301, before the big washout moment, if you were to kind of withhold reverb in the mix in general, like not make it super brittle or anything, but if you could just kind of pull back some of that, then I think there's a bigger contrast between that moment and the next, when all the reverb does wash over us and everything does get like super wet. That's it, dude. I have no big gripes or hangups on this one. Just a little bit of like balance mixing, mostly, I think. Reclaiming a little bit of dynamicness. It's really good stuff, man. That glassy pluck. Yeah, Carolus. Absolutely. Yeah. Andy saying, watch your 10K. Some sounds were unnecessarily bright. Yeah, there are some peaky moments. Don't filter too much above there with all of the sounds, though, because you did do a good job of like managing the resonance and the big sweeps and stuff. So don't go too crazy up there. Quirky with the Rocket League soundtrack. Perfect. Hope you're doing well, Quirk. All right. And I don't see you in the chat right now, Terry, so I'm going to put this into red for you. And I even remember to put the timestamp on it. All right, Caballo. It is you. Let's do this.
With you, take me with you, take me with you.
Ok, es la Z desde Bolívar, su ciudad. Yeah. Llévame con vos, quiero verlo todo. La herida es profunda y siento el dolor. Sus palabras me las susurra cerca del oído. Espero que esté segura de lo que dijo. Por la noche me gusta esperar a que amanezca. El frío del viento congela mis labios. Al vaso le agrego un poco más de escabio. Me separo, alejo y voy para mi lado. No quiero que me vean, no en este momento. Tengo los colores necesarios para hacerte un cuadro. La paso mejor si me quedo en mi cuarto. Se me van los días, se me pasa el rato. Con cadenas para demostrar mi peso. Estoy atado a una idea que no es nueva. El brillo del oro me hace perder la cabeza. Tan brillante como el cogollo que recién fumé, sí. Joven Z. Tan brillante de Bolívar, tan brillante como el cogollo que recién fumé. Noches como esta no son tan regulares. Con vos a mi lado, yo estoy bien. Flores como esta no son unas regulares. Tengo el frasco lleno, yo estoy bien. Yeah. yo estoy bien. Cada 2 por 3 mi enemigo me ve y yo lo veo a él. Nos confrontaremos una sola vez, luego charlaremos para entender. Una visión puede ser errónea y confundirte. Una mente equivocada es una mente triste. Entro a mi glue para sentirme libre. Limitándome, entendí por qué eso existe. Estoy cansado, ya no puedo seguir adelante. Yo también fui parte, pero no por mucho tiempo. Los placeres fueron arte, pero yo me excedí. Me marcaron una línea, pero no lo entendí. No lo entendí, no lo pude razonar. Mi mano te di, yo te iba a ayudar. Horas antes me dormí, tu cara me hizo saber lo que pensabas de mí. Esta vez, ok, sí.
I can hear you when you're calling. Oh, come on, come on, come on.
Yo, Caballo, I think this is pretty great as it is. Super nice, relaxed vibe. I like it. You have this really nice reverb on the sample that you're using around 51 seconds, and also as you're kind of chopping this vocal sample around, it feels kind of extra dry in a few spots. I think that you can open up that reverb just here and there and use those reflections in space as kind of like an accent in your music. And you can probably also fit in just a couple, like 1 or 2 little delay splashes where you hear a couple of echoes that are kind of popping off in the distance, right? Um, Also, a little bit more added movement. The sounds are feeling like they are the right sounds. You've got a really good palette of samples and sounds that you're working with, and a really fresh vibe. What would feel even better is if it felt like the sounds were responding to each other in the music itself, right? So maybe a little sidechain compression or something to get a little bit of extra vibe going there. And you can even, well, I'll let you get creative. But there is room to play with space in this one, especially around those vocals, and then subtle variations in the samples themselves, the instrument samples, like the bass riff. Right, you could have a quick little note reversal that's unexpected halfway through, or at the beginning of the phrase, or the last note of the phrase, or something, or it could just be a subtle little retrigger or something, right? But tiny, tiny little touches like that, just small embellishments, maybe just a couple scattered throughout the entirety of the thing. So very minimal in your approach with it, but those tiny little touches, they add this sense of kind of control and restraint, right? When you're using them so minimally. And you don't add anything extra to the arrangement, really. You're mostly just kind of playing with what you already have there. So it all feels organic, right? Andy's saying, I don't really know the language, but I think the delivery could be slightly better overall, like hanging on to tones or more articulation in the fast parts of the rap. Yeah, really good sample tracks. I agree with that, Carolus. Yeah, I think part of that is the style. But I do agree that if you were to play with just, like, if you were to pick just one thing, like cadence, right? And just kind of play with just cadence over the next couple of tracks, right? Or like maybe just a little bit of a stumbling kind of energy in the way in which you present some of your verses, like a little hurry up and wait kind of thing. I don't know. I do hear what Andy's saying, but I also feel like it does fit the vibe too. So yeah, artistic decisions, man. Artistic decisions. You are welcome. I appreciate the music, man. Always. Viki's back with another remastering thing. This one is Dunia de Baras Senja. Senja? By Fariz RM featuring Chandra Darusman. Okay, so for this one, They refined frequency restoration techniques, so it's a little bit more solid fill in the high end. Max, it can reach 64K, but that's a bit much, so it stick to around 48K. Though it cannot fix the saturation on the overall mix because it's baked in the cassette. For stems, I do vocals, drums, bass, and others. Okay, so we're going to listen to a little sample of the source, the original, and then we'll go and we'll listen to the remastered. Let's see what Viki got up to this time. All right, here we go. This is the original.
Dengarkanlah kawan, keluhanku akan dunia.
This is fresh. Okay, I'm going to needle drop in the middle of this track, and then we're going to switch over to the remastered.
Bersatulah kita dalam mencoba merubah dunia yang ada di sekitar dirimu.
Okay, and now the remastered version from Viki.
Dengarkanlah kawan, keluhanku akan dunia berada dalam gemuruh yang tiada tahan. Apalah dayaku merubah sesuatu yang terjadi dengan sendiri, tak kuasa laku ini. Bersatulah kita dalam mencoba merubah dunia yang ada di sekitar dirimu. Apa yang membuat hatimu nan kuat? Ku kagumi, ku resapi semangatmu yang berkobar. Kelangsungan hidup menjadi alasan untuk mengajakmu kawan, marilah kita ke depan. Bersatulah kita dalam mencoba merubah dunia yang ada di sekitar dirimu.
Vicky, this was a great find. This is a great find. I think you did pretty well with it. Nice and bright and crisp. The vocals stay right up front. Really good separation between everything. There's a little bit of, it felt like kind of clipping happening, especially in the like mid-high frequencies. Really nice clarity throughout. There were a few spots that really kind of stood out as, wow, that sounds really good. Just a really good vibe. I want the album. I'm gonna go find more from these guys and see what's up. The panning on the keys on the lead, that was wild. Like going hard left to hard right on this kind of slow ping pong. That was wild. That was wild. Andy, here's a little clip in two in there. Ooh. Fish is here. Hey, welcome in, Fish. How you doing, homie? Fish is here saying, hey, for this Friday, you have to pick between my latest release that came out today, original, or the collab I was going to show you last Friday. Oh, well, I don't want to miss out on the collab, but, I mean, and you have something new. Oh, man. How many things are in the queue right now? Like, can you fit both of them in? Corolla's saying, man, the original is pretty bad with that noise. I guess it's not easy to clean per se. No, I think that the cleaning, the cleaning up around the noise is really good. I think that what remains is so noticeable because of that. I think that's what we're actually hearing, right? It's hard to work around that kind of noise. And it's very much like this gated thing, right? Because it's tied to the sibilance of the vocal recording, the original vocal recording. Yeah, it's that baked in tape thing, man. Ooh, thank you, Vicky. I'm gonna make a note of that. 1981. Oh man, yeah. Thank you. Noted. Okay. Rio, welcome in. Happy Friday, Rio. Hope you're doing well. All right, let's see what's next. Rabagast. Rabagast is here. All right, Del Shurton. I'm not even able to say this first one correctly, I don't think, because I don't know that my tongue actually does the DT thing properly, but got broad. I can't even. I can't. All right, here we go. Ooh. Pretty close. Hey, not too bad then, huh? For an Oregon boy. Swallowing the O's too much. Yeah, that flange saw thing is pretty cool. It does make me crave like a secondary percussive element in there. I like that creeping horn synth that is like just so quiet at first. I kind of want more separation from the ARP when we get to the point of around 40 seconds or so. It felt like they were um, kind of stepping on each other almost there for a moment. Like as the volumes were like meeting one another, and then the ARP is kind of pushed to the background. It kind of made me feel like maybe something should be happening there with the stereo field and that ARP, and allowing the lead to find that lead position a little bit easier. Not exactly sure what the mechanism is there though for the change. I love the detune happening throughout this thing. It is so cool. Okay, so at 156, this percussive transient on the sawtooth is really cool. And what I'm hearing is some sort of like tick, 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 you know? Not sure if it's just like a stick hitting something really random, or if it is a shaker that's been kind of manipulated or something, but something that can kind of help keep pace with this and play off of that transient thing. I don't know. I really enjoy this one. I have nothing else to say about this one. There's nothing I'm really hearing that needs to be, fixed. I like the simplicity of it. Right, Carolus? The detuning is everything in this. Like, if you do too much to this in any other way, you're going to be covering some of that up, and then it's just not as good. So, if you do anything else to it, just keep it subtle. That's what I would say. Oh, man. Flamin' Lemon, welcome in. Happy Friday to you as well. DJ Sex Squatch, you are up. All right, let's do this. Jiu-jitsu.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Be formless, shapeless. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be formless, shapeless. Be water, my friend. Be formless, shapeless. Be formless, shapeless. Be formless, shapeless. I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. I said, empty your mind. I said, empty your mind. I said, empty your mind.
Okay, this was super dope. I love, love, love all the squelchy textures in this one. I feel like there's a little bit of creeping resonance in the high frequencies in the sample and the intro and the dialogue sample. Um, just lovely ninja maneuver there. I know it's not the right word to be using with Bruce Lee samples, but I just felt like, man, that's like a serious ninja maneuver there. Vocal sample down maybe 8 dB, maybe even as much as 10 dB, and I think that you could probably use and I'm talking the vocal sample, not the dialogue samples. But I think you could probably use some mid-side EQ also to kind of help carve out more space in the center so there is space for that dialogue to be sitting right smack dab in the middle, and you keep um, the the vocal stuff off to the sides a little bit more, right? So there's kind of this divot in the middle for the dialogue, perhaps. And then just, man, this bass at 56 seconds onward is just, yeah, man. When they start making words for stuff like that, I'll probably have stuff to type in a space like that. At 137, I feel like the perks can come up a little bit. And honestly, I feel like a little volume flip here might be in order. There were a couple of spots where I was like, the volume mix feels just a little bit off here. Like the main elements want to be a little bit more emboldened in some way, and the supporting elements are kind of clamoring for attention, but they should be kind of keeping pace and setting mood here. So there were a couple of spots where I was like, man, if you were to reapproach this and just like throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks kind of thing, volume mix wise, you might end up with something really amazing. Like if you make the perks the lead here in this section around 138, just for this fleeting moment, really get that ring off of that hand drum up. Maybe that whole thing ends with a little bass drop, like water drop isolated thing that coincides with the dialogue that's happening there. Anyway, volume mix at 211 felt like there are some elements that are supportive elements, like embellishments, sound effects, transitional type of effects, the ephemeral stuff. Felt like some of that was kind of vying for lead type position and rank in the volume mix. And if you were to put more distance between those and the main elements, I think that you're probably going to have a bit more of a bold mix that feels a little bit more immersive, right? That you can kind of step into a little bit, get a little more depth. I think that's it. That's it. That's what I got for you, man. That was really good stuff. Welcome in, Roku-sai. How you doing, homie? Oh, also, and Corollas makes a good point right after my ninja comment, saying it would definitely change the name of the song. It's more fast track pace. Jiu-jitsu does not go well with Bruce Lee talking. Right on. Always great feedback. Really appreciate the notes. Ooh, like the ideas. Excellent. Thank you so much. Yeah, you are welcome, dude. I hope that it all vibes with you, helps you make it even better. I love your stuff, dude. All this stuff is great. All of it is great. Oh, Swamp is back again. Man, we get back-to-back Feedback Fridays with Swamp. Spoil me, homie. Okay, what is this one all about? It's called Torn Asunder. Let's check it. This art is really interesting here. Okay, dude. This is great. This is really so good. I love the reverb that you've selected for this. Um, it gets dark. It's not intimidating. It is like curiously inviting. It's very enveloping. It's quite the immersive thing. I do think that you've got the water ambience at a really nice, subtle level. I would be lovely to hear just very subtle variations in the presence, the clarity of all of that. Um, very subtle. Just a tiny bit more upward compression would feel nice for detail. Um, and then the other thing that would be awesome would be the feeling of dust motes in the air. Like you've created a really nice atmosphere here, right? Or I mean, a really nice ambience. Um, if there was just a thin layer of atmosphere here, right? Just air. The sense of the room, the like, is this cave? I'm assuming it's like a cave. It feels kind of like a cave to me, and that it's a damp environment. There's like water trickling. It feels old. Um, there's enough space for it to be reverberating quite a bit, right? So I think that the upward compression would help kind of disclose some of these like small details in space, and then if you were to incorporate just a small amount of intentional air in there, I think that would feel super fantastic, homie. Super fantastic. Yeah, Carolus is absolutely right. Beautiful reverb. Bruised strings fit so well. Yeah, bravo. Bravo, Michael. I will put this into a thread for you because I actually don't see you in the chat right now, and I didn't put a timestamp on this, but this was probably around like 50-minute mark or so. So we'll say that. Something like that. Okay, let's get back to go. Akemi, welcome in. Happy Friday to you. All right, kitty cats. Up next is Carolus. This one is called Forever Love. And Carolus saying one of those three from last stream. Love this one. Vocals tiny bit too loud. Neg 1, neg 2, dB would be great. All right, let's listen. Oh, wait a minute. We got real video here. I'm going to move this to the other screen. We can watch this. All right, let's roll.
I will always love you now. And you can tell me you're not good enough, 'cause I see what you really are. Just call me and hold me. You know I will always love you. Love you, love you. You are mine forever.
Dude, this was fantastic. Super fantastic. Really, truly. There's only a couple of notes here. I think this sounds great. Really good vocal textures. Lead synth up slightly. I felt like the lead was kind of buried just a little bit. And I think there's enough sine wave in the synth to handle you adding a layer of saturation to it, like as a finishing agent. And if you were to just play back the song and arm an automation lane, and you're just going to have that wet, dry knob from that saturation that sounds really good on that lead. And whenever you feel like you want to juice that lead just a little bit, just give that knob a little twist, right? And come back down. And they don't need to be jerky. It can be nice and smooth. It doesn't need to be huge and overt and in your face. It can be really subtle. Just warm up this signal here and there. Using a knob will keep it really organic. So don't do the whole click in linear thing. I think it'll feel a little less organic. But I think that's what's missing on this. If this thing was to like be missing something, I think that's it. It's like a finishing touch on that lead. Everything else is sounding really good. The vocal texture and presence and you keeping it right up on top, it is the main focal point throughout. So don't step on it as you are swelling that lead, but I do think it would feel nice to have some organic movement in that lead. Oh, man. Well, I'm glad you didn't ever actually quit music entirely. Yeah. But you can find stuff for so cheap online these days. Like you could probably just order some like little toy controller almost, right? Like they actually have like single knob uh controllers. Like even something like that in the studio is great. Great because you just have one thing that you can just activate on any one track that you need organic control over and then just simply move on. Yeah. Word. I'm glad you didn't quit. That was a great track, dude. Oh, look at that. Rokusai says, hey, that new Behringer MIDI keyboard is $70. It comes with a built-in ARP too. Small form factor. That's appealing. That's appealing. Quirky. Welcome back, Quirk. Are you here right now, Quirk? Good to see you in the mix today, dude. Hi, After a long time, I'm dropping something in here. I expected a lot of plays on this, but something is wrong. Okay. Let's dissect this together, shall we? Let's see what's going on. This one's called Standing Still. Ooh, hold on. We've got moving pictures here. I'm going to move this over to the other screen. Let's begin. Yo, Quirk, it's really good to hear you, homie. I've only got a couple of notes on this for you. Of course, I can't explain exactly why the low view count because, right, you the the only way you know if you like what you're hearing is if you view it, right? So, I mean, we're talking like repeat views might be affected by what's in here. So, here's what I'm hearing. I think that the track itself is really well produced and everything sounds exactly what you would expect. But if you're looking for some sort of hook that would cause people, like encourage people to listen back more, um, I think you could toy with the idea of bringing that vocal up front. You have a lot of clarity in it throughout, so there's not a lot of like obscuring happening here. So if you were to have this maneuver, this moment where it felt like someone was pulling right up and the window got rolled down and you could actually hear the vocals clearly for just a second or something, that might be something worthy of extra playbacks, like people sending each other the track, like, yo, check this out what they did here. Also, maybe just a touch of accent on the hats. Like they could have just a little bit more crisp to them. But everything else feels like you've got everything in the right lane. You've got a really good sound on this one, dude. It's very smooth. It's very smooth. Um, just scrolling through the chat here. Welcome in, Dan. Happy Friday. Oh man. Rokusai. Quirk says, it's weird. I had one which got 50,000 in the first week. This one is just 200. Just a YouTube thing, I guess. Oh, yeah. If this is like just, yeah, that is a YouTube thing. 100%. I think there's been weirdness on YouTube for a little while, honestly, in regards to how they're sending traffic through to different channels, honestly. It doesn't seem at all like it used to be. Corolla says, I feel like the track is already finished for what it's trying to be. It really is a night drive chill track. I love those. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. Um like the only reason you would change something like, the position of the vocal or something like that in the mix would be to see if you can get more repeat listens or something, right? But dude, when you have something that you put out and it instantly gets, like 50K, it's been put somewhere by someone else. That's typically like it's not just that it's sitting off to the side of a popular video and it's being recommended and lots of people have clicked that or anything like that. Boke is here. Gotta respect the gazelle. Thank you so much, Boke. I appreciate you. So my guess would be that if you were to look at some traffic tracking, that you would see that there was a blog or someone that is popular on a social platform posted it or something, right? And you ended up getting listens because of that, right? Or it was probably like a freaking Reddit thing. You know what I mean? Like, someone probably tossed a link up into a Reddit queue saying, dude, look at the cars in this video or something. You know what I mean? Like it could be so many other things than what you're doing inside of your DAW. Does that make sense? So when you know that you have moments like that on your channel though, and that you are getting good views and good feedback from people that are commenting, then you have a good thing going. So don't go and try and deviate in your other projects trying to like recreate this thing that happened this other time with this other track. Each track is its own thing. And you're making good stuff. You've been making good stuff for quite some time now. You just keep trusting in that. Keep trusting in that. Oh, Boke, it's all good, brother. How you doing, man? Happy Friday. And he's saying, man, the most traction I've got is like 1,000 on SoundCloud over 6 years ish. Yeah, it can be so super tough to get like consistent traffic. And unless you're actually looking at where the traffic comes from, we're really guessing, honestly, really, truly. If you were to see like you're having really good success with your stuff very consistently, and then all of a sudden it just drops off for several videos, then there's something that seems off, right? But it's really hard to try and dissect that stuff. Ooh. Boke finally finished that collab song. Very nice. Very nice. All right, we got Bretta You. You are welcome, Quirk. I hope it helps. You're still making good stuff, homie. Sometimes you just got to hear that, right? Bretta You says, hey, this is loud. All right, incoming, you guys. Oh, this is going to be loud, isn't it? Dude, I love the distortion choices in this one, honestly. It's like my favorite thing about it. Just like this is a super interesting stank face inducing song. I feel like this is the type of music that if you were to randomly hold a mirror up in front of people while they're listening to the song, you would probably make people laugh quite a bit, right? Because people are probably like, what? You know? All right, so honestly, I would like to say that the palette of sounds that you've created here, that you have cooking in tandem all at once, is amazing. It's amazing how it's all actually working. Let me just open this up really quick. We got a new choo choo. Far Horizon's here. Welcome in, Far Horizon. Saying that was amazing production. Juno saying, dude, that was fire. Seriously, that was awesome. I would agree. But truly, it's amazing how the palette is actually working together. If you were to listen to each one of these sounds in isolation, I think most people would probably not end up putting them all into a song together. But the way in which you've assembled it all, the contrast and juxtaposition is just right in so many different places. Like in so many different places, it's just right. So good on you getting the texture and the color to align in the ways that you did. It was really fun. It was really good juggling. And again, I just love the distortion choices. I don't think I have anything bad on this one. Bad, feedback wise. No feedback track. Ooh, Boke says the track that I brought today, you are the first to hear it because I've just posted it. No one else has heard it. Blazen's here, saying still waiting on my computer to cooperate. Andy saying overdrive and serum is go to distortion. By the way, that I would agree with that. The fact that I like that you can stack the overdrive, and I like what happens when you do stack the overdrive. I like that you can automate stacking the modulate the stacking of the overdrive. It's really good stuff. Andy also pointing out that it is pretty rare to get no feedback here. Boke saying, I'm so excited because it took so long to make the track and it's finally done. Yeah, I would say that this is quite a bit longer than you normally take, huh? Is that because it was a collaboration? Juno saying overdrive his ass. Oh, man. It was initially a 3-person collab. Oh, man. Getting everybody to line up. But one person was just watching reels and did nothing. Shots fired. Okay. All right. Next up is Juno saying, this is a work in progress. I started yesterday. I was hoping to finish this up before posting it, but I really want to share it. I made my own patches and chords. Curious to see what you think. All right. She's all right. Flip. Let's go.
Something you won't ever give up. She knows my love, not coming around. She's alright, I'm alright, we're alright. Say that you'll always remind me, 'cause I can't decide if you are my love. I know I can't always be home, but I never don't think like that. I'm alright, she's alright, I'm alright, she's alright, I'm alright, she's alright, I'm alright. Oh, she's alright. Oh, I'm alright. Oh, you're alright. Oh, she's alright. She's alright. Oh, she's alright. She's alright. Oh, I'm alright. Oh, you're alright. Oh, tell me you won't ever give up. Oh, she gets my love, and I can't live now. Oh, say that you'll always remind me. Oh, 'cause I can't decide if you are my love. Oh, she's alright, I'm alright. Oh, you're alright, we can't go back. Oh, she's alright, I'm alright. Oh, you're alright, she's alright.
This is great. Really, honestly, it's fun. You're using the stereo spectrum incredibly well. You've got such an original sound happening. The palette of sounds is great. Love the nasty change up at 46 seconds. I like the kind of super clever understated maneuver there. All the movement and pumping and the sounds, the amount of interlocking. There's so many things responding to other things in the mix. It just feels alive. It's really good stuff. It's really good stuff. As Rokusai is pointing out, I would also agree. Maybe the low end can be tightened up, a little flappy, low regions. Shelve that sub just a few dB. Compression will attack it less aggressively, and your drums will cut through better. Love the track, very fun. It was bouncing. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. Other than that, I think this is basically another no feedback track. That's like 2 in a row. Boom. You guys. Jeremy, G Viking, Germicide. Far Horizon, if you have something in the queue and you want me to hold off until you are back to listen to it, I can do that. I know it's hard to step away, right? You just got to take the music with you, man. Just put earbuds in your ears and then go shopping. Life can wait. All right, Jeremy's here saying rap is placeholder for now. This one is called Exploding Bass. Welcome in, Jeremy. Happy Friday to you.
No talk when I step through bold. Crep game clean like I'm dodging mode. Man want beef but they way too old. Too many man them are acting gold. Face on freeze, no smile, no pose. Man get gashed for the price of the clothes. They chat breeze, they chat loads. Silence loud when the bass explodes. No talk when I step through bold. Crep game clean like I'm dodging mode. Man want beef but they way too old. Too many man them are acting gold. Face on freeze, no smile, no pose. Man get gashed for the price of the clothes. They chat breeze, they chat loads. Silence loud when the bass explodes. 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 Silence loud when the bass explodes. Bass. 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 Silence loud when the bass explodes. Silence loud when the bass explodes.
All right, first and foremost, you have to put this into a licensing portfolio when it is done. If you don't, it's a horrible mistake. People will license the hell out of this thing. 121, the horn stabs. The first time I was hearing them, I was like, okay, the feeling of an instability here is kind of cool. It's got that slight stretch kind of feel to it. That's kind of cool. But then as I continued to hear it, I felt like it's one of the only things that doesn't feel like it's at a high quality, which started to bump me just a little bit. And also the short, the some of the chops are cut rather short, rather abrupt, and they don't have any verb or air or anything hanging over, and they felt a little too abrupt, I think. So on the orchestral side there, I thought those were my thoughts on those things. I really loved everything else. 44 seconds in, perfect moment. 50 seconds in, this bass, I'm kind of wondering if you can get just a little bit more edge on it if you had one last pass of saturation on it, just to dial up the definition. Really fantastic use of this like kissing, sucking sound at 115. Super awesome. really draws the listener in. It's creative. It's not something that you're hearing elsewhere. It is this kind of iconic choice, and again, like really reinforces the feelings of this has to be in a licensing portfolio. Like this has to be. You're going to sell a ton of licenses for this thing. A lot. That's it. That's it. Benji's back. I have made it. That meeting stunk. Man. Hate Core saying this is gas. Not a fan of the vocal, but the Reese is nasty. I think he was saying the rap is placeholder for now, so that will get swapped out for something even better, I'm sure. Yeah, the DT990s. Yeah, it's funny once you get accustomed to the people in the community and your own gear, you can start to notice certain things in other people's productions. That's amazing, right? Yeah, you know how it sounds. It's amazing. Oof, man. I feel like I've kind of lost track of when certain things happened here. Maybe we'll listen to Trey and then we'll jump over and we'll listen to the track from Boku Nero and then we'll come back and hit Hate Core next. So Trey, how you doing, homie? It has been a few. It's been like 2 months or something since we've heard from you, hasn't it? What the hell? Jeremy, you are welcome. I hope it all vibes with you. Helps you make it even better. Oh, hey, is it Big Dial or is it Bidgie? I don't want to wreck the name here. I think it's Big Dial. Anyway, Big Dial saying my cat ate my DT990 cord, so I'm back to my old Sony MDR7506s. Oh, Trey has definitely been here within the last month. Okay, that's good. Have we just not heard from you? I feel like I think it's been several weeks since I've heard something new from Moonrush saying, loving this. Ah, big deal. Middle name is Deal. Okay. Okay, thank you. I hate wrecking people's names. And, you know, freaking online handles are so clever. It just sucks when you have a good one and then someone just wrecks it, you know? Yeah, okay. Okay. Hey, Shonda, how you doing? It's been a long time. Welcome in Moon Rush. Happy Friday to you. Good to see you. All right, Trey, that makes me feel good because for a question there, or for a moment there, you had me questioning if I had forgotten something new from you in the past few weeks or something, but I don't think that's the case. All right, Trey, let's do this. Let's head over and see what you made, huh? Hope you're doing well over there, dude. Wait. Wow, for the first time in how long? How long have I been complaining about this, you guys? How many years have I been complaining that I have not signed in to Spotify in years? And now I need to log in. So hold on just a second. That's amazing. I can't remember exactly how. Get in. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, hold on. Again. Sorry, guys. Let's see if it lets us do it. Oh, it didn't sign me in. Okay, hold on just a second. Try it one more time. All right. Oh, weird. Okay, there's something kind of. I don't know why this is happening. There's something kind of weird happening with. Here, let me just sign up with a new one. Here, we'll sign up with this one. Let's see what it does. It keeps kicking me back out. I'll go through it with you guys. Oh, I have to be born in the 1900s. 1922. I am sure I'll be a man this time. All right, so will it remember we were trying to listen to Trey? It does. Okay, here we go, Trey.
You got me dreaming and my feeling alone. I'll get you anything you wanted, girl, I swear. Cause I'm not thinking when I see you throwing stars. I feel your joy inside my veins, but I don't care. I'ma get turned and you watch her. I just need to burn me a hundred. $5 like a coffee. What the fuck did I learn? I lost that. So concerned you don't love that. I'm just trying to turn up for the fun shit. Nigga, how the fuck I ain't drunk yet? Trying to pop my way, we can like it. What's up later? Why you tryna play the hater? Let's make up. All of a sudden we can make up. You said it changed how? Is it cause I got a drink up? I'll be the same now. So you better be the same now. Dreaming and my feeling alone. I'll get you anything you wanted, girl, I swear. Cause I'm not thinking when I see you throwing stairs. I feel your joy inside my veins, but I don't care. See you flashing like grandma. I'm just trying to hold it, you can hold it from. Be outside, be out night. Yeah, I know if you was trying, yeah, I know it would work. Swear not faking. You just drive me crazy, I don't know. Way too faded. Trying to grab you, got me dreaming and my feeling alone. I'll get you anything you wanted, girl, I swear. Cause I'm not thinking when I see you throwing stairs. I feel your joy inside my veins, but I don't care.
Welcome in, Blazin. Blazin here saying I put 2 in the queue. Take your pick or play both. Up to you, homie. I'll see what kind of time we have when we get there, and if I can, I just might. Trey, this is great, dude. I think this is another no feedback track. I miss seeing you in a video, but the mix on this is super tight. I feel like you didn't bring anything to us for over a month because you're busy leveling up over there. What color is your hair right now? I don't think there's any feedback on this one, homie. I think it sounds absolutely freaking great. Video shooting at Wednesday. It's pink and red. Oh, nice. Cool. All right. Well, swing back by with the video when you have it. Drop it in the Discord or something so we can see the new colors. And I said we're going to dip into the DMs really quick and listen to this one from Boke, and then we'll come back and listen to Hate Core. So we're going to do that really quick. This new one from Boke is you and Josh are going to collab too? As in you and Juno? This is great news. This is great news. That just put a big smile on my face. Okay, so this is Boke. Not book. Boke. Hey, thank you for the subs earlier, homie. If I did not say that out loud, I appreciate you. And if you are one of the people that got one of the gift subs from Boke Nero earlier, go grab your free sound pack from the Discord. If you have not already done it, it is in the subscriber rewards channel. Just make sure that your Twitch and your Discord profiles are connected and you're in like Flynn. This one's called Dancin' 82, featuring Kai Lewis. Let's go.
have this dance. This is where opportunity meets chance, where purpose meets a plan. This is a new life, a new way, a new possibility, a new day. So, may I please have this dance? May I please have this dance?
Fantastic. Another no feedback track. What is that, like three tracks in a row or something? Oh, no, wait. I had feedback on the last one. That's right. Okay. Whew. Or did I? No, because it was Trey, right? What are you guys doing to me today? We're going to have a feedback stream today, and we're going to just submit a bunch of music that's not worthy of any feedback. This is fantastic. Okay, so this was a 3-person collab that turned into a 2-person collab. And are you going to be doing more with this person? Second drop chords are made by Kai. Real OGs know Ardlap. Yeah, that's true. It's true. All of the branding has been switched over now. You don't know right now. Blazin', I miss Ardlap. Maybe there will be like a throwback Lotus House EP from Ardlap someday, you know? Walking around the block. The third person literally just doesn't even exist anymore. I don't know. Oh, man. Scrolled themselves into oblivion. Take the third guy's name out, right? Yeah. Rokusai says, I think it went from 3-person to 2-person because the bass slapped him out. Nobody useful. Thank you so much for the sub. I saw that slip in there. Gotta respect the gazelle. Appreciate you, homie. We need him back on the Lotus House for real, man. Some good stuff. Ooh, I just saw Synthra in the queue. We got good people in the queue today, you guys. All over the place. Happy Friday, everybody. Missed you guys last week. This one is extremely work in progress. This is not just partway work in progress or halfway work in progress. This is extreme. We would expect nothing less from you, Hatecore. Corolla says 8-hour stream tonight by the look of it. Oh, Hatecore says, hey, the only finished part is the drop. All right, let's check it. Let's see what it sounds like. This one's called Greenhouse.
Baby, I wish you would tell me what you're thinking. Baby, I wish you would tell me what you know. Baby, I wish you would tell me what you're drinking.
Okay, this is fantastic. How many times have I said that today, guys? You ever get the feeling that like we've been through so many different versions of the Open Lab community over the years, but you ever get the feeling that the specific group of regulars in the community that are here with us right now that have been, I don't know, I would say most of you that are in the room right now have been like showing up pretty consistently over the past like couple years ish, right? So anyway, you guys feel like this class of folks that has been coming through has just like reached this level that, I don't know. It's almost worthy of its own label, you guys. Seriously. You guys are getting to this point of ridiculousness. It's a compliment, by the way. Okay, Hate Core. At 25 seconds or whenever everything starts to break open, it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful. It feels like you put it in your mouth and it kicks in right away. There's no waiting. All the colors, everything melts right away. It's amazing. The release that's happening at 47 seconds is just like, it's hard to believe that it's happening at 47 seconds. This whole thing happens in a minute and a half. That's pretty incredible for the amount of change that we go through in that minute and a half. Okay, so the layering happening at 57 seconds, the keys, there's what, like 4 different things being layered here? It sounds incredible. It's great. The super simple suck back at 108, it's a great decision. Okay, the only thing that I'm hearing in this where I'm like, is it felt like there was maybe a little bit too much downward compression around 119, maybe a little more upward compression to kind of bring it back up. It just felt like it was being contained. And I kind of want that feeling of like it's busting out at that point. You know what I mean? This is great. This was great. There's only one tiny layer, so it sounds weak there. That's the that's DT880 Pro. It's amazing how you can hear these things. It's amazing. All of they're so iconic. Hey Corsair, also there is both downward and upward compression through OTT. This is good, but also try running those as separate processes instead of in one process and see what your thoughts are. And also play with the signal flow there too, just as a little experiment. Oh, hey, look at that. Fish saying zoned out and didn't even realize I got lucky and got it gifted. Thank you so much, Bocanero. Hey, that means that you have a new free sound pack too, Fish. Hatecore says contained is actually the perfect word because that's the effect I wanted. Oh, okay. Then don't do anything there. I wanted it to feel so squished that it was going to feel like it burst. Okay. Well, then you've done that. Corolla says, one of my favorite tracks today. Really cool vibe. I agree. That's a good vibe. Big Deal saying 3 OTTs with 20% depth and like 40% time plus 5 neg 10 dB will get you some fat effects. Or 5 to 10. The Sacred Oath 3 OTT rack. Speaking of fish, there is some fishy music ahead. I see what you did there. See what you did. Okay. Now I think we have 2 here. First one, King of Clubs. Okay, so this one. Okay, hold on. Don't start without me. This one. Okay, so it feels like there's some specificity happening here. Like you were scoring a scene or something. The transitions felt so specific, and like there's a story behind all of this that we need to know about or something. Those low murky notes, I don't hear you go into the low register like that very often. Yeah, I'm so curious as to the inspiration for this. And yeah, okay, so next one. The second one, this one, might make you float horizontally, it says. Let's see what it is. Horizon. fish. This is an underwater dungeon crawler track, I've decided. Let me just tell you what your music is. This was fun. Another one that felt kind of dark and mysterious. And this one, it didn't actually make me float horizontally, but it definitely made me feel like we were moving horizontally, which gave me the dungeon crawler vibe. It felt a little dangerous, not gonna lie. This one deviates the most, though. There is the progression, the creep progression running through all of it. It is kind of the signature underpinning, but this one definitely does deviate quite a bit. You're right. Horizon. We've noticed this about you and your puns. It's true. All right, Rio, you are up, my friend. Shall we? I can't even begin. So I'll just call this one RMX. I really like this art. Look at this. This reminds me of like some Boards of Canada or like some, I don't know, some old Aphex or something. Rio, this was great. I would back off the bass just a little bit, just a little less overt, a little more supportive. Um, at least in the first half of that song, like I feel like it's sitting better with me in the last half of the song. It just hits a little hard and feels like it's clipping a bit in the very beginning. There also felt like there was a loudness jump at 2 minutes, so maybe there's just a little volume control thing happening here. At 113, vocal up atop the mix just a little bit more. There were a couple of spots where it didn't stay quite up on top the whole time, so just a little bit more writing to keep it up there is all. I really, really enjoyed this. I love the vocal texture. I like this. There's this very familiar kind of nostalgic, comforting feeling running through the entire thing. And it definitely comes across as this very genuinely, like a, like a heartfelt production. So it all rings true. Rokusai says, when the brush snare is played loud, it feels a bit too forward. Perhaps a velocity thing? I don't know if this is programmed, but it sounds like it. Perhaps also a bit more variation in the brush snare pattern? Lovely song, though. Yeah, that's one of those detail things right there, man. That's a good notice. Really good stuff. And I don't see you in the chat right this second. So how long was this? This is a 4-minute track. We're at the 2-hour mark. So we'll say this was at like 1:55 or so. And then I'll put this into a thread for you. Okay. Hey, I'm going to run to the bathroom really quick, take a quick break, and I'll be back in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. And if you haven't put something in the queue yet and you want to before we close the queue for the day, do it right now before I get back. All right, be back in just a minute. for sticking around, y'all. Okay, who's next? It's Holly. Holly is up next. Virtuous Traveler. Let's do this. Let's see what it's all about. Oh, and this is YouTube, so might have a video here. Awesome. Okay, Holly. It'd be nice to have some of the MIDI humanized a little bit. I totally get what you're going for, but to have just a little bit more groove once everything really starts going and you've got that lead popping off and everything. That sax too felt just a little rigid. So yeah, just moving notes around on the grid just a little bit. I do like this video background. It kind of enhances that kind of old school flashback kind of vibe you're going for. Yo, what's up, Couch Tracks? How you doing, homie? It is like Super Smash Stage Map tune. Yeah. And Holly, I don't see you in the chat right now, so let me just look. This was I don't know, probably like a 205. Something like that. Put you here. Slap Soda. Slap Soda? Probably Slap Soda, right? All right. Chuntin' with the mob. Slap Soda. Let's do it. Oh, it's Dan, dude. Excellent. Excellent. Good to see you. I like your little wave and emote over there. Happy Friday to you. Let's roll.
With the balance, with the balance, with the balance, with the outside with the mob, with the mob, with the mob, with the balance, with the balance, with the outside with the mob, with the mob, with the mob, with the balance, with the balance, with the balance, with the outside with the mob, with the mob, with the mob, with the balance, with the balance, with the mob, with the mob, with the mob, with the balance, with the balance, outside with the mob.
No, dude, me and the aliens ran a fucking train on your mom. That's why she talks funny now. That's what that alien did to you. Burger boy, nigga, it's shrimp. That ain't a fucking burger. Watch how you talk to me.
Yo, the pulse in the beginning is super great. It's got a nice anticipation vibe. I do remember the second sound though that you had in the intro. Let's go back and listen. It stopped a little short in the sample. Oh, it's the fade on the reverb, how it kind of comes down in those kind of two awkward steps. I would probably just drag a fade out over like 5 seconds or something like that, like from the point, like just after the transient, and it'll smooth out that second step will kind of disappear. Just keep it a really smooth. Here, let me show you really quick what I mean. If you were to just so you get a fade in here, right? But then you give it a nice curve like that, and it's really just going to dip down at the very end there. But it's going to be a long enough fade that it's going to take out all of the weirdness there. So anyway, for what it's worth. What else was on my notes here? Luff's down a bit. Not a huge amount. Subchannel down a bit. Okay, so there's a couple of different things here. You don't really need the rumbles in the 20s. Okay, so whatever's below 30, we can basically just eliminate. There's this, it's called infrasound when you get into those lower rumbles, and there are some things that come with it, some kind of like psychological side effects from that. It triggers some adrenaline and fight or flight type stuff. Anyway, it creates extra tension that I'm not sure we actually need in these spots. I think that you've got this kind of flare thing happening there. I think the rumble and the darkness is evident. I'm not sure that we actually need that thing that is kind of a turnoff in a way, right? It's great for a horror scene or something like that. But if you're looking for more plays from people, you don't want them to have so much of an unease around the music as they do like a good vibe. You know what I mean? So anyway, the other thing that I would mention is keeping rumbles sustained for too long does have a diminishing return because they do lose impact over time. We start to kind of lose our sense of them, and they are working against the mix when they're active. So so a couple things there. I'd bring it down in level, roll up the lowest frequencies on that a bit, and then just consider maybe reshaping the ADSR on it so you bring down the sustain level a bit and just drag the decay out over a few seconds. So it does diminish in volume and it does come down. It does have kind of a peak moment where it is perceived a little bit more and then it just kind of melts. Or maybe you just want to find a static position that's a little bit lower for it. But either way, I think it'll make your audience feel a little bit better about the music. Some really choice samples, by the way, here, and the timing of your samples are pretty great. And I like that your music isn't cluttered. So when the samples are popping off, they're being heard perfectly. It's great. It's good stuff. Yeah, man, it's just great. I like the rest of this. There's just a couple things to watch out there with those lowest frequencies. Loves down a bit. That's it. That's it. Haven't touched a DAW in 3 years, so things are very, very unleveled. Well, hey, welcome back. First and foremost, welcome back. 3 years is a minute. That is a curve. Yeah. What if you make music for elephants? 20 hertz is what they like. Hey, man, they like going even lower than that. I mean, they set up true story. I know weird little things about elephants. Dudes can actually generate this like sonic boom up here, sending these low frequency shock waves through their feet, which are amazing, by the way, through their feet and out. Those waves can be felt and interpreted like hundreds of miles away. It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, back to music. Some even 15 hertz. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Hey, Synthra, how you doing? Yeah, I know lots and lots about elephants. Like, did you know that they're incredibly sentimental and emotional creatures? If they happen upon an elephant, like the remains of an elephant who's fallen, and it's not even from their tribe, they're not going to leave that thing until a ceremony has been completed and they actually investigate. They figure out how the elephant died. And then they send out messages about that. And then they come back and they visit that spot every year for the rest of their lives. Like, who does that? Who does it? Can you imagine if humans were that humane? Like, can you just imagine? Like, there's some really interesting things. They're also walking on their tiptoes. They're like little ballerinas all the time, but you don't really realize it because of the way that their feet are. It looks like they're actually up on their tiptoes, and those are kind of like shoes. It's really interesting. Their whole thing is just amazeballs. You guys, elephants are cool. Also, speaking of Synthra, it's your turn. Did you see elephants while you were in Thailand, Synthra? I do have a funny story, just really quick before we get into the next track. Since Synthra was just in Thailand and I was living over there for a while, and my wife, my partner in life, I was over there with her when this was a long time ago now. This was like 15 years ago, back when I was still building ADSR with Steve, like way back in the day. Anyway, I had never been around elephants before. I had been to the zoo as an American, right? And thought that they were really neat and always enjoyed seeing them. And we went and we were up in Bai, which is way northern Thailand. So it's rural, and there's this elephant rescue place out there, and we heard good things about it, like, oh, that'd be kind of a cool thing to go check out, right? So we go and we check it out. It's on the outskirts of this very small town, and there's like this river running through the town. It's nice. There's lots of little kids in the town, and you make your way through the town, and there's this animal rescue place, and there's about a dozen or so elephants that are being cared for at the time that we're there. And there's this kind of small elephant, and the guy is like, hey, you want to ride the elephant? Like, that would be okay. This elephant actually enjoys it. And all these kids are over there lined up on the bank of this river, and they're laughing and looking, and you can tell they're there all the time. Like, this is what they do. They hang out all day and they watch the Farang play with elephants. And so they're like, hey, let's go down to the water and see if the elephant would be open to this. And so I'm like, okay, cool. We go down there, and I did not know this, but I was being completely set up at the time. And so they're like, hey, why don't you take off your camera and stuff and go ahead and climb up on the elephant, right? So I climb up on the elephant, and I'm like, okay, now this is an experience that I never thought I would have. I'm now up on top of the elephant, and the guy's like, okay, go ahead, girl. And the elephant walks me down to the river and starts barrel rolling me in the river. And it was like, what? And each time I come up out of the water, right? And you're in Thailand, so you don't want to actually drink any water, right? You'll die. So like very focused on not getting water inside of my body. And like each time I come up out of the air, I'm like, hey, I'm still alive. And I see all of these kids, and there's more of them each time up along the bank of this river, which is like, it's a pretty big climb up. And they're all up there, and they're all just laughing and clapping and hollering. Meanwhile, I'm just all, oh man. Now that was an experience. I got taken under the water several times, and I have never experienced anything like that before or since, ever. That was just nuts. Okay, so that was a fun little side quest there. Couch Track says there's going to be an elephant quiz later on, if y'all didn't know. Oh man, it is like a Tarzan scene, right? Oh man, there's videos of this somewhere, and it's just obnoxiously funny. Like, oh man, I remember walking away from there and just like, what in the world just happened to me? Like, I had long hair, right? So like my hair's just like, I'm like oh man. And I swear to God, the elephant was laughing at me. I swear. Oh. All right. Synthra, it is you. Oh, and Far Horizon's back. What good timing. And Dino's here. Welcome in. Happy Friday to you. Okay, so Synthra says, really happy with this rework I've done. Just need to work on the intro a bit more and make the transitions between the sections a bit smoother. Any advice is appreciated, and I hope you enjoy. Happy Friday. This one's Unfolding V2. Let's roll. This is so good, Synthra. I'd like to hear the vocals up a bit more. This bass is super badass. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I want to hear the vocals just a little bit more. But I really like where you have this right now. Yeah, Couch Tracks is agreeing. Loves this one. Oh man. Peacocks are really something. There were a couple of them on this property that I was chefing at, and one of them went missing, died, something. I can't remember the specifics because it's been a very long time now. It's like 25 years ago now, probably. Uh, but the one that was left behind, without its partner, got so depressed and so like it started pulling out all of its feathers and stuff, and we ended up finding another peacock to come out and live on the property, and it ended up like saving this other peacock's life. It was just the most incredible thing to watch. But they make the weirdest sounds, and they are a little dragon-like, and yeah, yeah. Yeah, Big Deal Music says this is when you'd hear playing at a different stage at a music festival that would make you run towards that stage before the artist disappears. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's just exactly it. Cynthia, this is fantastic. I want to hear the whole album. I feel like you came back from the trip with tons of inspiration bubbling inside of you. Blazin, I think we are going to listen to both of these. I think. Let's do that. Blazin said, in need of ideas of how to continue this, especially in the intro and transition sections. Okay. Bass down a bit. This is super beefy, by the way. Bass down a bit. Need to wrangle the sub channel. Right now it feels like there's a lot of rumble. Below 30, I would clear that up. I would also just bring down the sub channel quite a bit. And the LUFS in general. That said, like once you've got the left hand side of the EQ kind of wrangled a bit, I'm not sure that this is the right snare, so you might want to audition a couple more snares. And then also I can hear space for like a little secondary ARP or a counter melody of some kind. It's subtle. It's only in a couple of spots, maybe just one. Just something to tickle the ears, give us a little bit more interest. In regards to the ideas around the intro and transition sections, not really, honestly. I mean, there were a few like situational, like environmental field recording type samples that I could imagine being brought in, right? Um, there's all sorts of kind of car related stuff that does well with funk, obviously. Um, you could always bring in a movie sample or something like that. So, commonly, those types of things are brought in when you're feeling like there's just a little missing something in the genre because you're not wanting to bring in more into the arrangement, really. Um, so, might want to consider something like that, something to kind of help paint a picture around the music that you've already got. And then once you've got that kind of inspiration humming, you can usually kind of figure out what kind of pieces you need to put into place there. So, like, hey, if there's going to be a car, is there going to be a police siren, right? Is the guy going to get pulled over? Are there going to be footsteps? Could be a few things that happen once you start thinking in that direction. So, all right, let's see what the second one is. Bad Dreams and Iced Screens. I see what you're doing there. Hey, Corollas, take care, homie. Intro and transition is the second link. Oh, okay. Let's listen to that then. Blazem, I feel like you were more creatively open. You allowed yourself to be a little bit more creative than normal with this one. This was a really wild ride. And it's interesting just how much you leaned into the effects that you're using. And yeah, so many interesting choices in this one. It felt very original, which makes it stand out on its own immediately. It's definitely got a fusion thing going. Like it starts off as this kind of like a trunk rattler, right? Like but then it gets all kind of cinematic almost. That's a cool vibe, man. That's a cool vibe. In regards to ideas for intro and transitions, so you've got this like kind of dreamy atmospheric thing going, and I have no idea what the backstory is or like what the intention of the project is or anything like that, but like if you're looking for something that would just be like a cool contrast, you could have like a dialogue or like a spoken word kind of thing happening that's being put through some sort of modeled amp or through some sort of like megaphone or something like that, right? Where it's like in a totally opposite direction. It's affected enough that it fits the vibe, but it would very much be in contrast and juxtaposition, and you would be able to draw a great deal of attention to it. Nothing else really comes to mind. Like it immediately comes to mind as to like what kind of embellishments should be going in there. But I do like this vibe. I think it's got legs. I definitely think you should chase this one for a bit. Big Deal says, I really enjoyed that. Hey, nice. Far Horizon's going to submit a couple. Playson, yeah, sound design isn't like something I normally do, but I said, fuck it, why not? Yeah. It does give some feels, right, Couch Tracks? Huh. Yeah, I quite like the calm vocal dream thing as well. Stoner culture sort of stuff. Do you think it could work? It could, yeah. It very well could. It's all just about the intonation and the cadence more than anything else, probably, you know? That deep dub world is pretty big. Yeah. Word. All right, Far Horizon. Here with the first one. Let's see what they made. dude, I think we might have lost the last second there of that one. You're making your edit, but this one is so good. I love the it the contrast and like the everything is in contrast with it with the next thing that we're hearing, which I think is what I like. It creates so much separation. And I'm just so glad that you came out of your shell with your vocals because it really is like everything that your music was missing, honestly. Not that everything that you made pre-vocal era wasn't worthy or anything like that. It's just that it is yeah, it's just so great every time I hear it. It's such a great and perfect match for the vibe that you've been developing, man. It's so good. So dang good. Yeah, it's kind of like utensils getting rolled around, right? But it is all organized chaos. So, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Couch Track saying, very good job on using the vocal and having it fit so well. I never could. Got the vocals today. Nice. Nice. Been doing the daily grind to get the vocals where I want them. Well, it's working, man. It's paying off. It's so good. I mean, it's all come such a long ways, and it's really neat. It's really neat just to see it all come to fruition like this. It's really great. Okay, let's listen to this other one, the second one here. Yeah, it really has a huge impact on creative direction, right? Truly. No doubt about it. Okay, dude, this was just obnoxiously good. I like just so good. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to this multiple times. I love how abstract and lovely I'm just gonna call it the music box is. It's such an eclectic and peculiar and appealing texture, and it's something that I think probably if not at the front of our minds, the back of our mind is probably trying to figure out what this thing must look like while we're listening to it. You know what I mean? This quickly became one of my new favorites of yours. Yeah, there's this very kind of visceral response to this very, very textured palette of sounds that you're playing with here. Very much so. I love it. I love it. Doing all right, Samsung. How are you doing? Good to have you here, man. Yeah, Big Deal Music is saying, man, this song is just moving in a direction so nicely. I don't know how else to say that. It uses 4 modes as well. It does feel quite odd, but I love that. I think that's one of the things that's super endearing about what you do is that you embrace, not that you embrace the oddity, that you chase the oddity, right? It's almost like you need an odd kernel to build everything around in every piece of music that you make. And I think that's probably what attracts me to your music the most, is that I know no matter how similar it might be to something else that you've made previously, it's always going to be unique and different from everything else you've made. You just really can't ask for more than that. So, thank you. Some really good stuff, man. Big Deal saying, you are very good at textures. Yes, yes, yes. It is. You're right. Yeah. I think you do a really good job with that in listening to each sound and understanding what needs to come next and how that becomes a journey. I think that's one of your special skills. You're sort of like a musical dungeon master, if you will. Does that make sense? I don't know. If you don't play D&D, then it probably makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It probably just sounds like nonsense. But I appreciate you a whole bunch, homie. Yeah, like a musical dungeon master. Well, Samsung, this isn't so far from the truth for you too. Like, you're quite the maestro yourself. Big deals here, and this mushroom is really something. This mushroom is showing you that you will have eyes opened. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Just for real. Look. Yeah, sure, I'd eat it. Yeah. Okay, Big Deal. Let's listen. This is Post North Cap.
Psych, motherfucker. Big deal.
Yo, okay, a couple things. I like your audio tags. They're good, they're clever. First and foremost, the LUFs. You've got a really fun, quirky, crazy, wild, unpredictable, definitely worth more listens kind of track here. The loudness that you have it at right now will probably keep some people from listening to it again. So that's the first thing that I would wrangle, because it is affecting the quality of the listening experience. And the next thing that I would say in that same vein is that there can just be some time spent with volume mixing, volume wrangling. There's perceived jumps of loudness. There's kind of this brick wall limiting that's been done, so everything is kind of running up to this loudness. So what I would do is embrace the uniqueness of each and every one of the different sounds and samples that you've collected in your palette here, and try to find a more natural volume level for each one of them, and then use those to your advantage. Some sounds will have a greater edge and perceived loudness to them than others, and that's totally fine. I think that that type of variety and variation in perceived loudness and edge is really good when you're juggling a lot of different sounds, because it gives you the ability to start building groove and rhythm and pace through the contrast and juxtaposition of sound itself, without having to go in and do a lot of really tedious volume mixing after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Versus where what we have now, which is a more kind of unified loudness for a lot of the things, where a lot of the things are kind of at a very similar level of perceived presence, right? So that said, I really dig the quirky nature of it and just how much you want to weave between all of these different sounds and ideas. I think it's really fun. And I think that it's really well aligned with the theme here. This post North Cap is a great thing that you're riffing on here. And I think that the textures that you're playing with are quite a bit of fun too. It feels kind of like a sampler platter, if you will. Like, look at all the fun things I have, right? Now, I think that if you were to go back and find more consistent loudness and play around, like I was saying, with the volume of things, I bet this gets even funkier. You know what I'm saying? It probably comes into focus even more. This is wild, man. Like, this is the type of thing that I feel like making after going to a festival or being out tripping with friends or something, you know? Big Deal saying it is very much a sausage mixed only into a limiter right now. I really like the idea though. Yeah, I think it's worth going in, spending some time kind of massaging each individual track right now. You know, getting some multiband on the drums, getting some filters on the samples, and getting some saturation on a couple of the basses, and then going back and now making use of those things that you've just implemented, right? Like writing in some automation changes and some modulation for each one of those processes on those different sounds. So now not only are they being applied, but they're helping things become more disclosed or open or whatever over time, right? So there is some sort of progress or movement being made. It just gives you more knobs to move, basically. Good stuff. Good stuff. Far Horizon says, it was very odd that the first one got cut short. I listened to it, it has the 20 seconds more. SoundCloud is quite weird today. You know, I think it may have just been that the first one got cut short because you put up, when you edited your post, I was actually listening from your post. I think that's what did it. But yeah, SoundCloud it's not perfect. Understatement of the afternoon. Newsflash. SoundCloud is not perfect. Samsung, orange ringtone, brought medicine for us. Let's see how good the medicine is, shall we? Let's see. 3 minutes and 7 seconds. That's some good medicine. All right, let's go.
Starbucks chance for rapper. Do that mean you're feeling ready? Let's go.
That was fantastic. That was just fantastic. Samsung, you're my freaking hero. It's just fantastic. This is actually what I was just speaking about in the last track about how, hey, if you embrace the naturally occurring differences, like in perceived loudness and whatnot between the different sounds, you can put together really nice rhythmic elements out of them. This is exactly that kind of thing. Of course, Samsung just takes everything to the next level. So good. So good. Total no feedback track. 100% no feedback track. So good. I'm bubbling. Feels good. Belly Barrel Blast. Welcome in, saying, man, I am new here, and this stuff is really inspiring. This stuff is crazy. I am hyped to have found y'all, and we're glad you found us. Absolutely. Ooh. Rokusai, would you like me to listen to that in private, or would you like that to be shared with the rest of the class today? Hmm. Yeah, it's if I'm not even sure what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I think Samsung broke my brain. I think he broke my brain. It could be shared, just not the link. Okay. Okay, cool. We will close out the show with Rokusai. Couch Tracks. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I mean, this is... I think it's bordering on some of the more creative stuff I've seen in quite some time. All right, so there's two here from Couch, and one is Inside Out Hot Pocket, which has to be amazing. The name says that it has to be amazing. But then there's this other one that I couldn't help noticing, which is Couch again. Mole and raccoon skin condoms for that wild, rabid pleasure. Oh my gosh. The scratch marks. Okay, let's listen to the first one. See what the Inside Out Hot Pocket sounds like. Hot Pocket. Hot Pocket. Oh, I'm signed out. I'm signed out of everything right now, apparently. Here, let me just sign in really quick. Or we'll listen. this is the Hot Pocket you want, it's not the pepperoni. It's this one. Every time I think of Hot Pocket, I can't help but think of the old oh shit, I just spaced his name. I'm gonna have to come back to this because I just spaced his name. No. I thought I had it. I can picture him. Blonde dude. Hot Pocket. Oh, Tom Gaffigan. That's what his name is. Man, you should make a song about the oven. Ooh, that'd be great. Oven heats the Hot Pocket. There you go. And then Far Horizon and Couch Tracks can tour together, and we can consume the music that they make. We don't even have to buy Hot Pockets anymore. Dang. Look at that. I think we just solved like world peace and a bunch of other stuff. It's freaking rad. Okay. Couch. I think that is just a no feedback track, honestly. I love the way that the beginning is just like completely grabs us. All of our attention. It felt like a playground of some kind. Like it felt like, or like I was tripping on a playground. Right? Well, more likely I was probably sitting off to the side in the grass at a playground and watching all sorts of things happen that weren't really there on the playground. Probably. All right, this one. The second one. This one.
Hi, robot thing.
Oh, gosh.
Rotten soggy egg salad sandwich in lunchbox.
Yeah, it's not. Let's do this instead. These little feral chitters and stuff, like commingling with the bass stabs and stuff. It's so great. Ah! You just did a double no feedback, dude. Seriously. That was so good. That was so good. Listening to this track kind of reminded me of like what it felt like way back in the day to hear guys like DJ Shadow for the very first time. Like listening to stuff being pulled up randomly in such a fantastic fashion, dude. You've freaking nailed it, dude. Seriously. Wonderful. Wonderful. Truly. Truly. I don't toss around like Shadow compliments for nothing. All right, I need to scroll up, you guys, because when Far Horizon was posting the second track earlier, it cut off the end of his first track, and he and I have been lamenting it between each of the tracks played ever since in the chat. So we're going to go back. We're going to listen to the last 20 seconds of this song, damn it, because it's so good, and I want to hear how it Oh my gosh. Well, now I'm even more upset that it was cut off the first time. Dude. I know I've mentioned this a bunch. But when you get up into that, like, excited realm and you start to belt it out a bit more open, there is this early, like, King Crimson thing that's happening there that's just, oh, it just feels so undeniable. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, man. Couch Tracks, we love you too, homie. We do. Thanks for bringing the mole and raccoon skin condoms, dude. No one else was going to. I mean, seriously. How many times have we had a Feedback Friday here? Well, a lot, I guess. Probably like hundreds or something. But how many times have you seen someone walk in the door with mole and raccoon skin condoms? Thank you, Couch Trackers. I appreciate you, man. Bio Wolf Ass, welcome in. It's a great name. Far Horizon, I do mean it. I do mean it, and I know it's a huge compliment. It is. I'm just really glad. I'm really, really glad that you decided to start throwing your voice out there. I am. Oh, good. Bio Wolfass and Maximo both put something in just in time. So we're going to I'm going to close the queue after you guys. Then we're going to go and we're going to listen to Rokusai after you guys to close out the show, I think. Let me just... Closing the queue for the day. Thanks for all the fire, y'all. All right. Now, shall we listen? Bingo Bongo Belly Barrel Blast says, would love general feedback on the mix and anything else you hear. I tried my best, but I'm sure it's very rough. It's also not it's not really mastered. There's really just some parallel saturation, a multiband compressor cutting mud, and a limiter on the master. I'm a big newbie to this, so don't hold back. I want to learn. Thanks, man. All right, this one is New Age Death March. I'm just learning how to speak over here. Let's go. yo, bingo bongo. What's the whole thing? Bingo bongo belly barrel blast. I hear exactly what you're going for in this. We're not hitting it yet, but I do hear exactly what you're going for, and I do love the vibe. I know that you want it to be raw and in your face and loud and um, super vibey. Right now, we've got a little bit too much distortion, especially at the very beginning, and bass. And having the full spectrum of frequencies in the bass distorted to that degree is kind of a recipe for disaster for a mix because, well, without getting too deep into the weeds, it's exciting so many frequencies across the entirety of the sound spectrum that it makes it hard for other sounds to actually come through clearly. And then it makes it hard for you to judge what you're hearing, and then you start making decisions that probably aren't the best decisions to be made while mixing. So, there's a few things that we can do to help clean this up, though. One is to look at how the distortion is being applied. And if you were to send your sound out to an auxiliary channel and apply the distortion there through some EQs, so you're only ever saturating specific frequencies within your sound, that will help a great deal. And it will also help you control how much of the distortion is actually in your mix, because since it's in an auxiliary channel now, you can bring that in as its own channel, right? And you can bring that level up to whatever amount you like and have it sit in the mix a little bit more reasonably, right? Your bass. You don't need all of the lowest sub bass frequencies in there, and you don't need to distort all of them, like I was just saying. So not only do you target the distortion to specific frequencies, but you're also wanting to probably then EQ the bass itself, right? And make sure that you skinny that up, wrangle it in a bit, so those lowest frequencies that we're really not even hearing too much aren't blowing everything else out of the water. And then volume. I think that there's a volume mix issue in the track such that we can't hear certain elements because other elements are loud, right? So we just need to be more responsive to what we are hearing or not hearing in the track and making room for them. But I think that just those few things alone, the distortion, the EQing, and the volume control, I think that those three things will bring this track greatly into focus for you. So I wouldn't go and dig into the arrangement. I think your arrangement is good. I think your instrument selection is good. I think that this is really just a mix thing. And I do see a big message from Rokusai here, who's saying, focus on the space of your canvas. Pay attention to the reverb more than the sound coming straight from the instruments. When EQing such a forward-sounding piece, try to think of manipulating the space instead of the instrument itself. The vibe you guys made here needs to stay intact. Work around that. Try to work with broader Q ratios on your EQ notches instead of surgical cutting, and surgical cutting is only done when something is absolutely not working. Okay, so wider bandwidths, right, and affecting more of the frequencies when you're making an adjustment with your EQ. I think that's really good feedback. And then again, also play with signal flow when it comes to using your distortion. Sometimes just moving your plugin down a little bit in your plugin chain can fix all sorts of things, right? Start with your EQ up at the top on all of your tracks, so that way you're kind of focusing on the right parts of each sound right from the very beginning. So none of your work is wasted, right? And there's also really good feedback here from Far Horizon saying the guitar takes up quite a bit of space on the right ear. It would probably be good to pan another element to get it more balanced. Also, about the distortion, it is, you could use some mid-side EQ on the distortion to push your distortion more out to the sides than the center of the music, and that would leave a little bit more undisturbed space for other things in your track. Far Horizon is also saying there's also a lot of masking on the drums, but I think with the right routing that will be fixed. I want the grit, but also more clarity. Billy Barrel Blast saying, okay, thank you. I'm writing this down. A lot of distortion is baked in the recording because it's a live guitar. Ah, okay. Live synth bass, but I can re-record, lower the saturation I applied, and post and EQ the saturation. Exactly. Also going to screenshot the comments. That's a lot of feedback. Thank you. Yeah, you bet. And the other thing that you might want to try is do a recording, a DI recording of your guitar directly in to your DAW, and then play around with some amp modeling and stuff inside your DAW. You never know. You might come up with something that you like. You might not. You might come up with something that you might want to layer with the original. But you can get a lot done with a direct in recording and then auditioning different distortions and pedals and stuff like that once it's inside of your DAW. Yeah, this is true. Far Horizon said, also, I might get a little obsessive over nice looking EQ curves. Or am I alone with this? You know, when you have a really smooth curve and you just go, nice. Yeah, I do. I look at my EQ curve sometimes and I'm like, actually, I kind of like the way that looks. Doesn't really matter how it sounds right now. I'm just going to leave that right now. Rokusai says, hey, Belly Barrel, I always dual track guitars, one cabinet and one DI. That way you can always reamp later if needed. This is very smart. Biowolf Ass. Biowolf, I think it's funny that you ended up with Biowolf Ass. Not that I'm making fun. I think it's a happy accident. It's like a Bob Ross thing, you know? Yeah. I'm glad you understand that. That wasn't offensive. Okay, this one is Sorbet. Let's listen.
You catch my eye across the room, like you already know the truth. I try to hide and play it cool, but I just keep falling for you. You're leaning close, I feel the spark, like city lights within the dark. You don't say much, but I can tell you're falling underneath the spell. Come a little closer, I know you feel it too. No need to say it out loud, I see it all around. I want your affection, all of your attention. Every time you touch me, I lose my direction. Give me that emotion, pull me in like oceans. I need that connection, I'm feeling the affection. Your affection, your affection, your affection, your no questions, no pretending. You and me together forever. Come a little closer, I know you feel it too. No need to say it out loud, I see it all around. Come a little closer, I know you feel it too. No need to say it out loud, I see it all around. Your
Okay, Biowolf, this is really nice. I actually enjoy this. The highs are a bit crisp. There's some sibilance that you can shave off some frequencies above 10K probably and be just fine with that. Also, be sure to EQ your reverb channels. And remember that it's not enough to EQ out the low frequencies that you don't need. It's not enough. You need to take out the high frequencies that are unnecessary as well. Otherwise, you end up running into this type of situation where you have just a little bit too much presence in those high frequencies around those sibilants, and then you get that reverb, and the reverb is really reflective and kind of resonant in those higher frequencies, and then it reinforces that kind of harshness from the sibilants, and then they add up on one another, and in points that can add up to being a real kind of pain point position for some people, especially in certain playback systems. So make sure you always EQ your reverbs. Really good vibe all the way through. I felt like this had a really solid vibe. I do kind of want to hear this with the piano panned a bit to the left from center so we can hear the vocals a bit more isolated. But otherwise, I thought that this one was feeling pretty good. The other thing that you're going to find when you EQ your reverbs more fully is that they're going to sit a little bit better balance-wise. Sometimes they can be perceived as reverbs that are just hot in a mix when they haven't been EQ'd. But sometimes when you go back and you EQ them, you don't actually have to touch the levels at all. It was really just about the frequency presence, right? And EQ is just volume, right? It's just volume for different bandwidths of frequency, right? This is just tiny little bumps up high, I think. It's really good stuff. Andy kind of feeling the reverb thing a bit. Rokusai says, no, I don't think it's too much. It's just too bright. A bit of a high cut on the reverb would do the trick, and perhaps side chaining it too. Yeah, so he's hearing the same exact thing that I am. And you know, the other thing that I would say about that is he mentions this thing, side chaining it too. What he's talking about is you can take the vocal reverb channel, okay, and put a compressor in there at the end of your channel after you've EQ'd it and everything. Now you use the sidechain signal of the vocal itself, the original vocal performance will be used to trigger the compressor into action on the reverb channel. And you're not adding any kind of gain back. You're simply ducking volume automation based upon signal threshold from the original vocal signal, which is great. It helps it duck out of its own way. And then it helps with that reinforcing of sibilants and stuff like that. It helps back off of some of that. Some of those things are just touchy, you know? Let's get a little fiddly. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Rokusai says, yeah, funny thing. Lots of people don't touch the volume fader on reverb send channels. I automate the crap out of them. Yeah. Yeah. Belly Barrel Blast. Take care. Good to have you here. Also, Bitwig is love. Yes. You know, if I was using another DAW besides Logic, it would be Bitwig. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All hail the Bitwig overlords. In fact, you don't have to actually hail them yourself. You can set up a nice little array of modulators to hail the Bitwig lords for you while you produce your music. That's the nice thing about Bitwig. Okay, Maximal, it is you. And then it will be Rokusai. Let's see what Max made. Dude, I think this is pretty solid. I think the more sample can come up a bit. Ironically, the second to last section felt a little repetitive. But other than that, that's it. Like the mix sounded pretty solid. This is very release ready. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it for feedback on that one. Roku site here. Let me treat this the way that we should treat this. I need to come over here and do this. Then I'll come back over here and do this. Put this back here. And then we'll to here. Bring this over here. Bing, bada boom, bang. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I need access. Roku site. Just so you know. If you want to grant access to my own lab music at Gmail, you could do that one, or just set it to open for a minute. And then we will listen. Excellent. Excellent. Good news. It's okay. Google, man. Google, you know? That's all I can say. Just Google. Enjoy the silence. Excellent. We are ready. Let's listen to what Roku made. Super secret collab. You know it's legit when it says super secret collab. Look at this waveform. What is going on here? What is this? Not so secret now. Hey now. Rokusai. That was fantastic. We don't get to know who this is cooking with you yet, right? We just know that it's great. This really does feel quite lovely. I really, really like this. I would like to listen to this more. And I would also like to know, is there going to be more from this particular collab? Rabagast, how was it? How was the Odyssey? Was it worth not being here? Do you feel like you could have waited and maybe been here with your homies? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I hope it was a good time. I hope it was a good movie. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Are you feeling bad about letting your brothers down? No, I'm just kidding. Ooh, Rokusai says, yes, there will be more and something very special and different too, like genre bending stuff, literally. Yay, Rokusai, I'm so very happy about this. I am so very happy. I'm very, very, very tickled. Rabagasta says, well, now I feel bad, but the movie was awesome. Don't feel bad, I'm just teasing. You guys are amazing. That was awesome. You brought all of the right things once again, yet again, for Feedback Friday. You guys have done it again. Wow. Right? Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to kick the box over here and see who's doing their thing on Twitch right now. We're going to go find someone to raid and see who it's going to be. See who it's going to be. Festival. Wait a minute. What? Camping out for Dirty Bird. Okay. Maybe we'll go see what Thugs doing. Oh yeah, Shelly's having a good time. We're gonna go over there. Say hi to Thug Shells. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me all Friday like you have yet again. I missed you guys last week. We'll do it again next week. So make something awesome and show up early. Drop it in the Discord early to get in line, and I can't wait to hear it. Until then, I hope you guys stay inspired. Let's go hang out with Shell. See what she's up to. Peace out, y'all.